Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for this Try It Tuesday video. This is part 3 of my Michigan trip over summer 2024, so stick around. Hey friends, happy Tuesday. It's Jen with ChappyPlans. Today I'm sharing part 3 of our summer trip to Michigan last June through July, and I have already pre-planned these stories. So they're focusing on our day around Traverse City and National Cherry Festival, which is a big festival in the Traverse City area of Michigan, and then the next part of the story is just more photos from that day and a half that we were there. First, I'm going to adhere this big photo of Nora and Matt in front of the sign, or inside the sign, I should say, that they had at the festival. I love this photo. We actually didn't spend too much time at the festival itself. Personally, we felt like it was a little lacking, maybe because we're not huge cherry people, but it had all the things that like a outside festival would have: vendors and food and drinks, and of course all kinds of cherry themed goodies. And then there was some live music, there was rides across the street, stuff like that. But we had already gone to Cedar Point. We don't usually do any of the rides at fairs or carnivals just because Nora's way more into like bigger coasters and that type of thing. So I actually didn't add a single thing to the photo that I just adhered because I felt like it was so beautiful and lovely, and it didn't really need anything. It has the title within the sign that says National Cherry Festival, so I just left it as is. And then to the right of it, I'm just going to add this little tiny insert, if you will. It's going to be a pocket to hold some of the ephemera from our trip that day. So I am going to use my hole punch to just add a little peekaboo there so you can see that there are things to pull out. And then these plastic tab attachers, which are from Ali Edwards, to be able to flip in and out of the album. And then I'm going to adhere the 2 pieces of paper with some very thin, I think it's like a 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch double-sided tape. So right about here is where I hit my camera, and everything kind of goes sideways. I honestly don't know what got recorded in what position because I didn't know that it was sideways. So I zoomed in as much as I could without, like you can see on the bottom left corner there's like the edge of my desk. And so I'm not sure what got filmed and what didn't. I apologize, but I'm going to still do the voiceover and hope that most of it is visible. Again, my apologies. So these papers are actually from my stash. This polka dot paper is from, I think it's from a Vicky Bouton collection. And then the beautiful rainbow asterisk pattern paper is from this fun story kit from Ali Edwards, or storyteller kit. So I'm going to create the pocket. Once I do, I'm just going to embellish the front very simply. I kept going back. You should have seen me go through so many different things because I was like, it's just not done. It's just not done. But I decided to leave it as is. Really, the only thing I'm going to do on the front of this little tiny pocket is add a clear sleeve, which is very old from Heidi Swap, then a couple of tags, and do just a tag cluster. And that's where my journaling's going to go. It's very, very simple, but I think it serves its purpose because inside, when you pull out what I'm going to make right now, you can see basically evidence of the fun that we had while we were there. So I just took this scrap piece of paper and I'm going to trim out some of the ephemera or bits of ephemera that I've saved from our trip. So there is the case from the macarons that we got at the macaron store. There is packaging from the bags where we purchased items at Cherry Republic, which is there's several stores all over Michigan because they are known for their cherries and cherry festival. So I cut out the little bear, which is their logo. And then my husband went into the store called Fat Face and bought a few things. And then the macarons from the brochure, I cut out that little photo. Then Nora and I spent some time at a bookstore, and the lady there gave us this Junie B. Jones stickers, which she was very into at the time. So I added those to the insert of ephemera. And then the last thing I did was I kept this entire little kids menu from where we had dinner. So both of those pieces of paper are going to go inside this pocket that I'm creating. So the next few minutes here, you're just going to see me trimming out pieces that I wanted to include. I got this idea because I scrap lifted myself. I did this in my December daily album for, I think it was our first story or second story when we went to New York City for the day, and I kept a bunch of ephemera from the day, and then I adhered it to some paper and put it inside of a little hidden pocket. So I totally scrap lifted myself, which is fine. I think it's a really great idea, and I love collecting ephemera. So some ephemera actually is in my Project Life album from last year, and some of it is even in my Hobonichi daily journal as well. So I'll read you the journaling that I put on the tag, which the tags, by the way, I trimmed out from various pieces of my stash. And then at the very end off camera, I add a little plastic. I remembered I had these plastic fruits from Studio Calico, like one of their summer kits last year. And I was like, oh, I wonder if there's cherries in there. And there was. So I added the little fun transparent cherry die cut, if you will, to the tag cluster I made. So the journaling just says we left early for Traverse City. It took 1.5 hours. We checked in to our super cute motel, the Sierra. After we unpacked, we walked to the Cherry Festival. We stopped to eat at a cute outdoor food court. We walked all over downtown, shopped, had treats, and visited the festival. We ate dinner at the Taproot. Yum. It was a very full day. And then I just stamped the date at the bottom of the tag. I also used my little tool from Ranger to distress all of the little tags just to add a little bit of texture. Later on, I'm going to use some red line tape to add a white pom-pom trim border to the outside of this little pocket that I created. I just realized I did a pocket on top of a pocket. Haha, so cute. All right, so once I get that all situated, I am going to adhere the pocket on the pocket with some score tape. And then I will show you a close-up of the pocket here, how it turned out with the little pocket on the pocket cluster, the ephemera inside, and then how it'll look all together. Now I'm going to move on to the second part of our day, or telling the story, if you will, and I'm going to punch out the holes, of course. I need to adhere the pattern paper to the back side of the pocket. I love this paper so much. It's probably my favorite paper in the collection. And so you guys know I love rainbow and bright everything. And so I was like, oh, should I use it? And I'm like, yes, use it now. Just use it or you won't. So I'm trying to do better at that. There was a big piece of 12 by 12 paper that had these 2 by 3 size scalloped, like, I don't know what you want to call them, like labels. So I decided to print out a bunch of photos to fit inside of those rectangles. And then I use that as the main one on this back pocket because this is our little, like, the view of the motel. It was so, so cute. It was like very, I think I walked in and we talked to the owner. They had just opened it not that long ago. They had taken over and redid the whole thing, and it was very like retro Palm Springs, California vibes, and it was so cute. So and the room was adorable. And then I just added the die cut that said this story is so fun. The colors were perfect for this. And then I added some of those asterisk stickers, which are actually from the Hello Storyteller kit that just released in January. So I added those. The colors were perfect for each of the little rectangles that I cut out. And I tried to pick rectangular, like the colors of the borders of those to match what was in the photos that they were housing. So like there's a purple tag for the purple picture, like Nora's got a purple sweatshirt on, green for the photo of Nora and I inside the little sign at the Cherry Festival, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to adhere those all down and then put a little asterisk. I don't do any journaling. I just kept it very simple. And in the end, I decided to above the, like there were lots of ways I was considering adding something above the photos on this page. So I thought, oh, maybe I could do some stamping or some journaling. I could do some, like, add some string or some texture or some design. I kept it simple. I just went into my stash and used these thickers, and they are very, very old, but I liked the black. I was going to spell out Traverse City with the alpha stickers that came with the set, but they got lost in the asterisk pattern. So to make it really stand out, I used these thickers, and I just pulled the ones that said moments, because these are all moments from our day around Traverse City. So I just adhered those to the top of the page, and that is pretty much going to wrap it up, other than I'm going to add some purple pom-pom trim to the left side of the pocket that I made previously. And I apologize, that part of this process video did not get filmed. You'll see me adhere the purple trim, and then I think I tried a daisy trim and it looked too busy and crazy, so I went back after the fact and added white instead, which totally worked out. So now I'm going to show you everything I completed all together, how it looks in the, in the album. And then you guys will have to stay tuned, because I'm coming back with a part 4, and maybe there will be like one other video. It just depends on how much I can get done, and I don't want these videos to be very long. I do edit them down to 4 times the speed, but they do take about an hour or so to complete each portion, if you will. Like this section took about an hour with the pocket, so you can see the flowers there. So in the end, I end up trading it out. That flower trim is not going to be there. It's going to be white pom-pom trim. Here's how the ephemera tag insert turned out. I think it looks super cute. I had a lot of fun putting this together. I hope you guys enjoyed and are enjoying this series. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me. Please let me know if you have any questions about anything I used or did in this video, and I will see you next time. Please like the video if you did, subscribe if you're not, and take care of yourselves, friends. Thank you for being here. Remember that you are enough. Bye.